The Woody Show.
The Woody Show
Is back. And I know we're all working very hard to get this morning wrapped up so we can get to celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day.
Can't wait.
What do you mean you don't know how to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day? Well, for one, there are a ton of resources online with ideas on how to celebrate it.
Okay.
Like reading up on the history or trying out a Native American recipe.
Okay.
There's also a very cool site called Native Land where you can enter your address and you can find out who lived on that land before the evil white people showed up.
That's not on your favorites bar, please.
Yeah. You could check out native-land.ca. It's like a Canadian nonprofit that runs its why it's a .ca.
Right.
Today, as you know, don't say Columbus Day, but this is a super big deal for Italians. He's Italian after all, don't you know? Or
right.
Really, is he?
Oh.
According to this investigation, Christopher Columbus wasn't Italian or even Catholic. He was actually a Sephardic Jew.
Yes, Spanish Jew.
Who is likely from Spain. The findings, based on nearly 22 years worth of research and DNA-driven tests that began back in 2003. And so he's buried in Spain. And so they used DNA from those remains to do all this digging over the last decade or so.
No way.
And so they say that he's not even Italian.
Sup, Jew?
That's right.
What? Yeah.
And the thought is that he hid his heritage to avoid prosecution.
I mean, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Is this like pissing people off pretty good?
What's that? That he's not Italian?
He's not Italian?
Or that he's not Catholic?
I just saw it this morning, so I don't know what the reaction is and for big Italian or for big Catholic.
Yeah, I haven't read the comments
yet. I haven't read their press releases yet.
I think it's just one of those, what do you know?
Yeah. Trying to kill President Trump is so trendy these days.
Oh, so in.
Cops in Riverside County, California, arrested an armed man outside of a Trump rally on Saturday. Now, here's the thing. The local law enforcement, they're claiming that they stopped a third assassination attempt. Even though they let the suspect go, he posted a $5,000 bail.
How you just let him go if
it was really a...
Get out of here.
He says that he wasn't there to kill Trump. He's a supporter. Now, here's some details about this guy. He's 49 years old. He had a rifle, a handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. Now, for a little context on that.
Please.
And I'm not sure what kind of high-capacity magazine this was, but in California, anything over 8 rounds is considered high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's illegal to have...
Right.
Like, I have a 9mm. I have a 9mm, and when I moved to California, I had to get rid of my, the magazines that I had.
Right.
And I could go down to an 8 round.
I see.
What did they hold?
See, that I'm not sure.
No, before you got rid of yours, what were they?
14 plus 1 in the chamber, dog.
Oh.
14 plus 1.
Noise.
Yeah. He also had a fake VIP credential and what was very clearly a fake license plate in his car, which is what made them look into him in the first place.
Like a homemade license plate?
Yeah. He also had fake passports and driver's licenses in his car.
How are you out?
As we all do.
So he's a weird dude,
He's
but
normal, yeah.
Not necessarily. He didn't pull a gun and...
Right.
Yeah, but...
And he said he's a fan.
How do you get let go that day when you have all this fake
apparently
identification?
all that stuff was in his car.
Uh-huh.
Right. And he wasn't trying to bring a gun in. He was stopped at security because they were looking for the guy who had that car.
Right.
And they stopped him at the security checkpoint. I don't think he had all the guns and stuff on him.
But do you think...
human red flag.
Yeah.
Of course.
The guy with all this stuff, do you think he's
Sure.
up to...
No. I don't think he's up to any good.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't necessarily think... I wouldn't put this under the classification of assassination attempt.
No, I wouldn't. I would say this is a weirdo that we should keep in jail
and examine
for a
him.
while.
It's very weird.
The Secret Service claims it was unlikely that this man was trying to hurt Trump. But what do they know?
But here, go home.
They haven't had the greatest track record here recently.
With your fake passports.
And IDs, yeah.
You're not a flight risk.
Yeah, go home and delete everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So bizarre.
Yeah. And since when somebody on the text says 20 rounds, Woody, not 8? Since when? No, 8 was the max that I was allowed to have. Maybe it's different for, I can't imagine, though, it would be different for why would it matter? I would think just a gun is a gun, right?
Right, but no.
But for a 9mm, anybody more familiar with, because I was told that's why I had to comply with the whole thing just to be able to keep it.
I don't know. I do like 20 millimeters, though.
You like 20 millimeters?
Yeah.
What's a 20 millimeter?
Yeah, a 20.
A A 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
20 rounds,
A
you
Glock
mean?
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm seeing here it says California legislated that any ammo feeding device that holds
10.
more than 10 cartridges is considered high capacity. For people outside California, that would be a standard capacity. And then a legal capacity in California would be considered reduced capacity.
Okay, so there you go.
Reduced. Yeah, 10. I think you're right. That is 10.
And
think it's
yours
10.
held more than that.
Yeah, it held
so
more
they
than
got-
you
they
had to
gotta
get
go.
rid of
Yeah,
it.
it was like a 14
Right.
plus. Yeah.
Right.
How about a 20?
I
what
had,
you're
I, had
saying.
a, I had a speed loader too, which is really cool.
That's what I hated about. That's why I want a revolver. It's because I hate loading those
Really?
magazines.
Oh,
I
I
mean, it's
like
easy.
It's easy.
It's
You
not
just got to get a little
overly
practice.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's easy, but especially if you have a speed loader, man, those things are fun. It's just
Boop, boop,
yeah,
boop, boop.
click, 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 click,
Yep.
click, 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 done. Pretty easy.
Yeah,
You want an old timey revolver?
I do.
Oh,
I know. Oh, revolver.
Dance.
on Sunday, SpaceX's Starship had its 5th successful test flight.
Oh, it's
That was-
awesome.
Crazy.
This one was a big deal. An historic engineering breakthrough. The Starship rocket successfully took off and landed at their launch facility in South Texas. And it's the first time they've tried to catch the booster in midair,
Yeah.
and they nailed it.
It was
Dude, I
awesome.
thought it was going to explode. Do you see it on fire as
Yeah.
it was happening?
The giant metal arms, they're attached to the launch tower, and catching it in midair just makes it easier to reuse the booster so they can do back-to-back flights. And so the upper stage of the rocket, that flew for about an hour and then made its landing in the Indian Ocean. Elon said he plans to launch about 5 uncrewed Starship missions to Mars over the next 2 years, with a possible crewed mission to follow that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was my big question. Like, so is this reusable, or like, are we gonna?
Well,
put somebody's life
eventually
in jeopardy?
they want to make it reusable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Is that unheard of to have a reusable rocket?
Well, no, I mean, I mean, the space shuttle was a reusable vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the rockets
went up on
what's-
different
what
rockets.
This is what SpaceX has been doing. They've been landing them on these like barges
Pads,
and
yeah.
they land them other places.
Yeah.
You know, this thing's huge though,
Yeah.
and also they're catching it.
It
which
goes
they've
right
never
back
done
into
before.
its like docking station.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which it looks like when you watch the video that it's just a
Yeah.
normal video in reverse.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so weird.
Yeah, ton of people on the text. Yeah, 10 rounds for California compliance.
All
It's
right. So not
10, including the chamber. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 10 total.
Yeah, you know what's really cool? All the gangsta kids, they think it's really cool to have those big, like you have a 9mm,
Oh, with the
and they
huge...
have those big, long, like a super long, what they would call a clip, but we all know as gun people, it's magazine.
Magazine, right?
And it's super cool looking. you
Oh,
know?
no, the one with the huge, like, barrel on the bottom. Have you seen those ones?
Yeah, well, there's that one too, but all these videos I see of these, like, you know, jackasses rolling people,
Yeah.
they always have the big, long, it looks like a ruler sticking out of the bottom of this 9mm. It's so dumb. It's right up there with holding the gun sideways.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
not
feasible.
efficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's easy.
So dumb. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got some more Woody Show coming up for you next. Hang on.
The Woody Show.
Stand by on this frequency.
We will be right back.
Alt 98.7. LA's